Katniss, may your aim be as true as your heart is pure.
Whoa, don't spoil anything. They haven't read the books yet.
This story is set in a dystopian future focused on the nation of Panem. This corrupt nation is split up into districts that vary in power and wealth. Our main character, Katniss Everdeen, is a young rebellious citizen who ends up volunteering herself to be a tribute in Panem's Hunger Games. These games are to the death, primarily for the capital to push back against the district's resistance using oppression and fear, disguising it as a chance for the nation to join together in pride and entertainment. Another main character is Peeta Mellark, who is the male tribute from District 12, and together Peeta and Katniss learn to defend each other's lives in the arena. Their assigned mentors are Haymitch Abernathy and Effie Trinket, and the cruel leader of Panem is President Coriolanus Snow. They are able to survive and eventually make it back to District 12 under the careful watch of President Snow.
Catching Fire starts off with Katniss and Peeta escaping from the first Hunger Games. They're forced to go on a victory tour around each district in the capital to keep President Snow happy and present a fake love story and to keep their families from being killed. The name is called Catching Fire because we see Katniss's rebellious spirit catching fire to the rest of the districts. Katniss realizes that she is becoming the face of the rebellion. The capital announces that they're going to have the 75th annual Hunger Games, and it's going to be a quarter quell. The pool is taken from existing victors of the Hunger Games.
In the last book of the Hunger Games series, we see Katniss wake up in District 13. Katniss and her team plan their rebellion, which is to take over the capital. Peeta's returned to Katniss, but they don't know that he was brainwashed by the capital to try to attack her. Peeta has to get a lot of help in District 13 in order to join Katniss and her team in the rebellion. He ends up being able to join her, but there are a lot of triggers. The rebels end up taking down the capital, but it makes you wonder what happens to President Snow. Does Panem ever find peace? And does Peeta ever really come back to Katniss? The choice is yours to find out. Suzanne Collins is the author of the Hunger Games series. She came across this idea after finding TV footage of the war in Iraq where children were fighting. She was distraught by this and thought that she would write a book after what she saw. She won over 77 awards, including American Library Association's Best Books for Young Adults and the Sibyls Award for Fantasy and Science Fiction. Her work for the Hunger Games did not go unnoticed, as she is now one of the most internationally best-selling authors.
Katniss, as the main character and focus of the series, changes the most. She begins as a girl with a desire for survival, and as time goes on, she turns into a woman who sees the value in life and understands the human cost of rebellion. She chooses compassion for others over vengeance, and leaves her life of survival and chooses love and a family.
One of the recurring themes that is found throughout each book in this series is hope. Starting from book 1, Katniss has to learn to realize that there is still hope that she can return to her family and her friends and her district, though being a tribute was often looked at as a death sentence. My favorite quote from book 1 is when Katniss says, "I just don't want them to change me. If I'm going to die, I still want to be me." I like this quote because it shows Katniss's determination to not allow the capital and its ways to corrupt her.
My favorite quote from book 2 is by Haymitch Abernathy. He says, "You could live 100 lifetimes and not deserve him, you know," in reference to Peeta. I enjoyed this quote because it's a reminder of Peeta's goodness and loyalty, which stands in contrast to Katniss's guardedness and toughness.
The quote I chose for the third book of this series is, "You can torture us and bomb us and burn our districts to the ground. But do you see that? Fire is catching, and if we burn, you burn with us."
Don't forget to check out the Hunger Games book series, and may the odds be ever in your favor.